In this video, we're going to talk about something that Bitcoin hasn't been able to do since last summer, during 2018 when Bitcoin was over 8,000 US dollars. We're also going to be taking a peek at Litecoin on the charts. We're going to be taking a look at this article that kind of details the 14-week RSI and very bullish momentum shifting on there. According to this article, confirming a long-term bullish reversal. I'm only going to mention this here in the intro, but Serena Williams invests in Coinbase. And we are just going to talk about the topic of the bull run and if it is around the corner, which many seem to think it is, so stay tuned. What's going on, everyone? If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that button, hit that other button, and we can just jump into the video. So one of the most exciting things that's happened on the Bitcoin weekly chart is that Bitcoin is finally, as of right now, trading above the 50 moving average. You can see that right here. It's this blue line, and Bitcoin hasn't been trading above that blue line since July of 2018, so summer of last year. Now, on the daily chart, a huge thing people are talking about, I'm sure you've seen a lot of coverage of this. It's called the golden cross right here, potentially looming. So if we zoom in right here, you can see that it could happen, very, very soon. This is on the daily chart here, and it looks like potentially this week, probably within the next few weeks at the most, but probably much sooner than that. The 50 moving average is going to go and cross above the 200 moving average, which the 50 moving average has been below the 200-day moving average. I believe it was since March of 2018, so about 13 months. So as you can see right here, this is the 50 moving average, and during March of 2018, it absolutely just plummeted through the 200-day moving average, which is right here. And in the short term, what that did, seemingly it looks as though when that did happen, on the very short term, as this crossed the 200, you see for that to happen, the price needed to go down. But then as that, a few days after that happened, we got a nice pump, but it really indicated, or I guess confirmed more so, the bear market of 2018. So this is called the death cross right here, and this would be called the golden cross because this is more of a bullish pattern. The death cross obviously is a bearish pattern. In a healthier market, you want the 50-day moving average trading above the 200-day moving average. And was that the case during the 2018 bull run? Yeah, absolutely. The 50-day moving average was, above the 200-day the entire time, because that's just really signaling that's kind of like what a bull market is. But since we are in a bear market, the 200-day moving average has been above the 50. However, again, this is just another indicator signaling that the bull run, or a bull market at the very least, is on its way. We will probably get this signal soon. This will be something to watch out for. Many people are waiting and watching for this to cross there. But jumping back to Bitcoin here, again, on this weekly, you see clearly above that 50 moving average. We want that to continue. I still do anticipate there probably will be a pullback somewhat soon. I think. I don't think we are going to go down and retest 3,000 again, but I do think it's possible that we maybe test 4,000 or 4,300 or somewhere around there again. Maybe that doesn't seem likely for some people, but I do think that is a possibility. And even if it's not something that happens, it's definitely pretty much the only thing to prepare for on the downside. If you're trying to buy in, that's really mainly something that you want to be aware of, because that would help you get a lower price. It would just be something I think a lot of people are waiting for, and a lot of people have their eye on, especially considering, again, this RSI has been just chilling very lengthily up here on the weekly RSI. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to have a pullback, but if we do look on the daily, over the last few days, it did have some time to even out. But you see the daily RSI actually kind of increasing. Right now it's around like 30 on the RSI, above that oversold, which again could indicate more momentum to the upside. And specifically during a golden cross, it is possible to see this hover above the 50-day moving average longer, especially because you see momentum pick up and excitement and everything. So that really could be the case. You see the daily RSI, you can see this very clear ascending pattern right here. Kind of like that, you can see that just increasing there. So again, on the daily, we still really, there could be some more room to continue moving up right now for the short term. Again, do I think within the next few weeks we'll have a pullback? Of course. I think you could say that almost in any period of Bitcoin's history and say, do you think there will be a pullback within the next month or a few weeks? And there pretty much has been, just because, let's zoom out here. Again, you see, it doesn't matter what period of a market we're in, you always see pullbacks and uptrends. It's just very wave-like. It is very up and down, very volatile. You know, the market is still very young. It's definitely super volatile. Looking at Bitcoin in the 4-hour too, we are actually, again, above that 50 moving average on the 4-hour. You can see that right here, finding support there on the 4-hour and continuing upwards. Will they continue forever? Again, I tend to think we are going to have a pullback in the short term, and I think for me that would represent a really good buying opportunity. I'm a little biased because I do want there to be a nice pullback. I would be happy if Bitcoin went down to 4K again, because I would definitely want to buy in to scoop up as much as possible. But, you know, you see the momentum kind of turning in the market where people are getting excited. You see more and more bullishness, I guess, coming out. Again, there is some divisiveness in the community. Some people absolutely think this is a fake out. I think it's based on some polls that I've seen, kind of half and half, with slightly more people thinking we're entering a bull market every single day. Like, it's slowly shifting upwards in terms of what people are thinking. But yeah, then taking a look at Bitcoin on the 1-hour, you can see, again, clearly above that 50 moving average on the 1-hour here, which we were fighting at many times over the past few weeks. Specifically on April 11th was a big drop we had, and then again on April 15th, and then again on April 21st, just yesterday. But now we are above that. I don't put too much weight on the 1-hour, but I think the higher time frames definitely are more valuable in terms of what the moving average and just what everything shows. For Litecoin, we're still, you know, we're less than 4 months away until the halving here, and that could play a big role in Bitcoin's price in terms of what it does, even if it is sometime after the halving, maybe a few months after that, before we see some type of uptrend. Litecoin on the weekly, though, has and still is above that 50 moving average here, which Bitcoin is now doing. So potentially, if you're in the camp of people that think that Litecoin shows kind of what's going to happen to Bitcoin, this would maybe be good, I guess, evidence of that, because Litecoin did bust through the 50 moving average first, and now Bitcoin is attempting to do that. And as of right now, it is above the 50 moving average. If it can hold there and find support, we have yet to see. But as of right now, there's no reason to think that it won't necessarily. You know, it's kind of a 50-50 shot. On the daily as well, Litecoin is above that 50 moving average. However, it has kind of evened out a little bit after that nice spike, kind of culminating at $100 on April 7th a few weeks ago. Litecoin has kind of evened out a lot. Bitcoin on the daily has seen kind of one pullback in the middle of this run, but still kind of continued momentum up. Litecoin is not necessarily seeing that. I'll just draw a line on here to represent kind of the pattern that it's going. You can see that's kind of what Litecoin has done over the past few weeks. And Bitcoin has been more, I guess you could say, up. You can see it's kind of more curved like that. And again, on Litecoin, we don't necessarily, this is what it would look like on Litecoin. This is kind of what it would look like, but it's kind of curving the other way right now. But I think that'll turn around. I personally think on the daily, this kind of indicates the momentum, just what we need for right now, a pullback. And I think Bitcoin is going to see something more like that in the very short term, somewhat of a pullback there, which I think is healthy, and that'll continue the bull run. Overall, I think Bitcoin is entering the bull market, but I do think we're going to have a slight pullback soon. I just think it's natural and it has to, just based on what Bitcoin has done in the past. So that's the daily there. Plenty of room for upside on the daily stochastic for RSI. You can see where the momentum lies there, basically at the very bottom. On the regular RSI, you can see it's basically right in the middle there, right 50.7. But what I want to actually take a second and look at now is that this article talking about the 14-week RSI, and I want to start kind of in the middle here. The title here is Bitcoin Price RSI Confirms Possible Long-Term Bull Reversal. So on the weekly chart, on the above left, this right here, the 14-week RSI has found acceptance above the resistance range of 53 to 55, while a reading above 50 indicates bullish conditions. The weekly RSI established the 53 to 55 range as the make or break level during the 2.5-year bull market that topped out in December of 2017 at a record high of $20,000 per Bitcoin. At no point during the bull market were the bears strong enough to push the RSI below 53 on the RSI, and the RSI's break below 53 in January of 2018 was followed by a bear market that saw prices slide to about $3,000, and that was by November of 2018. Also, the RSI's repeated rejection of attempts to climb back above 53 in the 5 months to October of 2018 was followed by a high volume drop below 6,000 on November 14th, and that is basically what we saw on this chart. If we go on the weekly here, it has a really good visual. this massive drop out of this descending triangle here into the range that we're slowly about to possibly break out of and maybe initiate the next bull market. So with the RSI now having found acceptance above 55, the longer-term bearish to bullish trend change confirmed by a falling channel breakout 2 weeks ago looks to have legs, and Bitcoin could rise to a former support turned resistance of 6K over the next couple of months. I think it's possible it might even be sooner than that. That's just my opinion. But definitely within the next few months, I think that's possible. Maybe this individual says that because he does think as well there might be a pullback before then. Backing that argument are the 5 and 10 week moving averages, which are sloping upwards in favor of the bulls for the first time since early December 2017. These bullish averages, currently located at 5,000 and 4,500, may act as brakes on any pullbacks going forward, meaning finding some support there. So as of right now, we do seem to, worst case, probably 4,000 would be an insanely good support there if we had to pull back to there. And this is just kind of looking at some places where Bitcoin might pull back in the short term if we would have a pullback. So he indicated 4,500 right around this level here, as well as 5,000, which is about $400 less than what we're trading right now. We did establish some support there over the last few weeks on this daily chart here. And as well, Serena Williams did invest in Bitcoin. That's basically all this article says, so that's awesome to hear. Are people buying Bitcoin? Are people buying Coinbase into Coinbase still? Yes. This is a famous person, another athlete, 4 gold medal champion at the Olympics, gold medal winner she is as well. And then just to end the video, taking a look at CoinMarketCap, you see things kind of still up relative to the last 24 hours on CoinMarketCap. You can see the 7-day chart here, Bitcoin continuing to climb. And with that, you see Bitcoin dominance almost at 53 again, so continuing to climb a little bit. I think that this is the beginning of the bull market. Very exciting stuff. I am still hoping for that pullback, though, because I do want to pick up as much cryptocurrency as I can for cheap. I would be happy with another year, maybe 6 months. A year might be a little too long, but another 6 months to be able to do that, that would be awesome. But yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that button, hit that other button, and I will see you in the next episode.